sure many of you wanted me to come out here and whine and bitch and complain about my loss to Anthony Rigoni at Retaliation. Well, sorry, that is just simply not going to happen. At Retaliation, Anthony Rigoni beat me. Now, granted, was I operating at 100%? No. But is that an excuse for why I lost? No. And I am not going to use it as an excuse. My mind, wholly truthfully, was operating at about 2%, and I still almost managed to beat him. Hell, I kicked out of a Shooting Star RKO at 0 because of the amount of heart and fire that I still had left in my system. Fire that not even I knew I had. And so I got up, I yelled at Rigoni to finish it, and that is exactly what he did. And now he's moving on to Tristan Silva and Six Machiavelli and the Light Heavyweight Championship. You know what, sir? Good luck. You want a cookie? Here's your cookie. But I also owe you an apology. Because for the last couple of months, I have been screaming at you about being placed on the pedestal and being one of GWW's golden children, when it is not fully your fault that this is happening. I should, however, be yelling at the pedestal itself and the people who have placed you on it. Because, of course, if it doesn't suit QC and the rest of GWW management, it don't matter and you don't matter. Which, speaking of which, QC, MC, fight or fuck already. I don't care which. Fix this place. Because GWW is broken. I hate the fact that I don't like being here right now. I hate the management in charge. I hate QC. I hate this fickle crowd. I hate half the roster. I hate the fact that I feel this way. But you have half the roster being placed up on the pedestal by QC and GWW management. And then you have the other half of the roster, people like me and my friends, Renata Maldonado, Erica Watson, Yui Yamazaki, Rose Lorraine Yamazaki, and others, and we are miserable. We are miserable under the tyrannical reign of Quentin Carter and Progress. We live in a dictatorship where if it doesn't appeal to Quentin Carter, you don't matter. He even said, if he doesn't want you to get TV time, you won't. I am sick of living under that rule here at GWW, and I intend on doing something about it. But you know what? People have told me, hey, if this is a toxic place and you are so unhappy, why don't you just leave for your own mental sanity? Well, I'm sorry to those people. I have abandoned too many people, too many companies, and abandoned too much of my own humanity in not trying to fix a place. And so that is exactly what I am going to do here. I am either going to fix the GWW system, or I am going to break it. Because GWW deserves to be a place where everyone can thrive, everyone can do what they want, and no matter hero or villain, you have a chance here. And right now, that is not the case in GWW. You have people up on pedestals like Lamar Wilder, Reem Anthony, Tristan Silva, Six Machiavelli, Anthony Rigoni, Mike Angel, Jeremy Barmore, Adam Epps, Crazy J, Kareem Parker. Need I go on? But you know what? Some of those people deserve it and could have gotten up on that pedestal on their own. But there's one person I named in that bunch that can't get to that pedestal on their own. Because they need help to do it. They needed QC's help to do it. And that is you, Kareem Parker. For months, maybe even years, I've seen you come out here like what, maybe once in a blue moon and cut some generic babyface promo just to let people know that you're actually still here? And that ended up getting you a global title shot? Man, no. That kind of shit shouldn't fly. You didn't put in the work that everyone else did. And I hate the fact that you even had that global title shot. Because in my personal opinion, it should have been a one-on-one opportunity between Mike Angel and Jeremy Barmore. Because even if I can't stand Jeremy Barmore or Progress, at least he properly won a triple threat against two of the best GW's had to offer. And at least he has stepped up his game, even if he's being influenced by Progress. He earned the right to be there, not to deal with you. And look what happened. Once Jeremy Barmore and Mike Angel took out the trash, they had the actual global championship match that should have happened. You didn't deserve to be there. They call you a showcase. Man, I would rather sleep through anything you do because you are one of the most boring people on the entire roster. But you know what? I'm just going to continue my mission. Because whether I fix it or whether I break it, GWW is going to be born anew. And if anyone has a problem with it, you need to come out here and do something about it. Because I am not going to be manipulated, I am not going to be controlled, and I am not going to be held back any longer. I am going to do whatever is necessary to make sure GWW is a place everyone can be. Heroes and villains alike. Do something about it if you got a problem with it.
Just hold on, don't let it slip away. 'Cause all I've got is wasted memories. I'm at the top, look how far I've gone, just to find out we all die young.
Allow me to correct you, Mr. Stephen Black. Ladies and gentlemen, making his way down to the ring. Some know him as Quick Draw. Here we know him as the whole fucking showcase. He is Kareem Parker.
I can make the pain stop. I'm talking, but you're not listening. 'Cause time is what we all want. The maker of your own misery. And it feels too late to be saved. Just hold on, don't let it slip away. 'Cause all I've got is wasted memories. I'm at the top, look how far I've gone, just to find out we all die young. Don't let it slip, don't let it slip away. The lonely road paved, sacrifices you made. I'm sorry I could not save you from the price that you paid. Regret is running heavy, the flood, the guilt, the levy. It cannot hold me steady when the run's ready. On the day that my heart stops, I don't wanna look back at what I see. The lonely road that I've walked, I wonder if it was all a dream. And it feels too late to be saved. Just hold on, don't let it.
Hold on. Steven, you want to talk about losses? You want to talk about pedestals? You want to talk about how I didn't earn my shot at the Global Heavyweight Championship? Then I'm going to have to give you a fucking history lesson around here, brother. So I'll talk about losses and the pedestals after I finish giving you this history lesson on how Kareem Parker done earned his 1v1 against Mike Angel for that Global Heavyweight Championship. The fans know I earned it. I know I earned it. Even the fucking roster knows I earned it. So let's take a trip back to memory lane, shall we? Holy Grail 4, Lamar Wilder, Vaughn, Kareem Parker. Triple threat elimination match that was for the #1 contendership for the Global Heavyweight Championship. And now I'ma school you on how I did win that match. So you see, I had Vaughn pinned down on the mat, hit his head 3 times against the mat, and then pinned him 1, 2, 3. Then I had to go one-on-one with Lamar Wilder in the same match. And now let me remind you, Lamar Wilder is not no easy task. But you know, I had to show everyone that no matter how big you are, I can still put you down. And I gave him one good showcase knee and I made him go to sleep. So there you go, Steven. I did earn my Global Heavyweight Championship match. But let's talk about matches now, right? You upset because I come out here each and every night and put on a performance and win? Something you have trouble doing? That is not my fault, playboy. So I'm not gonna sit here and hear you complain about me winning matches because I know how to get the job done and you literally don't. But enough about that. Let's really talk about the touching subject of losses. I've taken 3 losses back to back in the recent couple weeks. I've lost to Barmore, I've lost to Progress, and I had my biggest loss at Retaliation in that triple threat elimination match for the Global Heavyweight Championship, in which I failed, Stephen. I told not only myself, but to these fans that I was going to go out there and win that match. And I failed, Stephen. Not only did I fail, but I was the first one eliminated. And that shit hurts because I got all the talent in the fucking world and I let the fans down, I let the people backstage down, and I let myself down. But I ain't gonna let it bring me down. So I'ma move on from that and let's get to your next point, which was about pedestals. Now you say I shouldn't be on the pedestal because all I do is spit generic promos and beat randoms? Like, are we really serious right now, Stephen? So you telling me people like Snacks, Tristan Silva, and Anthony Ragoni are all randoms? And might I add, you faced Anthony at Retaliation and lost. So how much of a random can Ragoni be? But I understand you saying this all out of anger because deep down, Stephen, you know you will never be able to get the job done. So here's my message to you, Stephen. Since you making threats about how you gonna fix how the company is running and saying you'll go through any and everybody to sit there and get the job done, and here's the kicker. You said anyone could come out here and try to come do something, right? Well, Stephen, I am out here. So now what are you gonna do?
Kareem Parker came out here and stepped right to Stephen Black, told him what it was, gave that man a history lesson, and made him step.